Bună ziua, numele meu este Eugen Popa, președintele Asociației Române de Hipnoză și sunt aici cu Andy Austin, creatorul metodei EMT, care înseamnă Integral Eye Movement Therapy. Andy Austin a mai fost în România în 2018 cu o tehnică absolut fantastică, metaforele mișcării. E bine, acum vine din nou în România pentru a doua oară consecutiv, 2 ani la rând, pentru a ne învăța o tehnică absolut fenomenală care se numește EMT. Andy, thank you so much for taking the time for this interview, and I'm looking forward to learn more from you about what is EMT. What is that? IEMT. What is that?
Right, IEMT very simply is think about a problem and wriggle your eyes. That's the thing in a nutshell. However, right. it's a lot more than that. There's a lot of eye movement models around. EMDR was the first one that was most known. It was well marketed and it's the most known, and it's been adopted within medical circles. Now, what I've done is I've taken the principle behind EMDR, which is the eye movements relative to a mental process create specific changes, and I found other applications for that work. So the eye movements, although it's the bit everyone, pardon the pun, they focus on, the reality is actually the smallest part of the training. It's built around what we call the Patters of Chronicity. These are basically time heals. Leave problems alone, most of them go away. However, there's a whole load of problems that simply don't go away. Now, what is that? What is it that people have that stops those things going away? IEMT addresses the things that prevent people from healing and the things that prevent people from recovering. So it's a very different application of the eye movements. The model itself is profoundly different from that of EMDR. And there are other eye movement models as well that work with traumas and stuff like that, which IEMT will do, but predominantly it's about the patterns of chronicity.
All right. So basically, I can use IEMT if I know what the problem is, or let me just give you an example so I can understand. I can see if I understood it correctly or not. So let's say I want to quit smoking, but it's just like impossible for me to do it. It's like I know it's hurting me, I know it's not good for me, but at the same time, I find like a block into doing the thing and actually quit smoking. And so IEMT would help me in overcoming this blockage. Let's put it that way.
Now, what I'm going to say is not IEMT won't stop you from smoking. But if you're having smoking treatments that work for everybody else, but it's not working for you, then we can use IEMT to basically deal with the issues of why it's not working for you, which will now enable the treatment that would work now to actually work. However, that said,
go ahead.
We do have practitioners that are using IEMT directly on working with smoking, and they are reporting pretty good results. Now, we've got no research in this, so I can't say, yes, this will stop your smoking. But I do know that people I trust and I know are dependable are saying that they're getting good results from this.
Awesome. All right. Okay. So, so you would say that, for instance, EMDR, it's more of a outcome treatment method, whereas IEMT is more of a how would I say? It kind of helps you more towards getting out of the door towards the treatment.
I can use some words that make me cringe when other people use them. Right. EMDR works fantastically on things like trauma. It's a trauma-focused therapy. And when it's applied to the correct type of problem, it is fantastic and it works very, very effectively. However, EMDR for a lot of therapists has become a psychotheology. So it's become the cure-all that they use on absolutely everything. So there's a lot of people out there going, EMDR didn't work for me. Well, yeah, possibly because the problem that you had isn't what EMDR works on. However, IEMT is holistic. Rather than targeting trauma specifically, we have a module that I teach on the training about trauma. Whilst we have we can use it for trauma. Really, when people are using it for trauma in the typical way that they do, they're actually just doing EMDR in a watered down way.
Okay.
But IEMT is much more about working with the patterns that generalize across context. So whilst the patient or the client will be presenting symptoms to us, and they will be our focus for what we're working with, what we're trying to do, of course, is to address the behaviors that go across the context to all areas of the person's life, to basically improve every aspect of how they're behaving and how they're feeling.
Okay, so all right, and so from what you're saying, and I'm correct me if I'm wrong, my thoughts are more like I could use IEMT as the groundwork for whatever else I can do after to improve the results of whatever other technique I'm going to use afterwards.
Yes. Now we have trainees and certified practitioners who are using IEMT as their only modality of working, and I think that's fine by me because I know the impact it has and the effectiveness of it. A lot of therapists have other disciplines they're trained in, and they're using it as an adjunctive. So they have their main model of working, but they find IEMT can be fantastic for a particular thing where the chronicity patterns occur.